Hi Aries. So this is going to be your mid-September reading. So this is going to go from the 15th through the 30th of September. It is a month of completion and the energies are really crazy right now. So I felt like I needed to kind of update things from what I did in the beginning of September. So I've got some new cards that I'm going to use, some mixed emotions cards that I really like, and there's two things that have come out. And I also am going to use the John Holland Heart Tarot cards, and just depending on what comes out. Normally I do 4 or 5 of the regular tarot cards just to kind of get the energy of what'll be the second half of the month, and then kind of do some clarification with some other cards and see what's going on, depending on whether it's romance or whether it's work related or just whatever I feel like I need to do to get some answers for you. Here's another one. So far, so good, Aries. Looking pretty good anyway. Got the King of Pentacles, so that means your money's getting good. You've got 2 of Swords, which you're still caught up a little bit in your thoughts, but it could be a lot worse. And 7 of Cups, which you're feeling very fully emotional, which is good. And there's another 7 of Pentacles. So we got 2 7 cards. And let's get one more. One more. Yeah, this is looking good for Aries. Okay, so we're done with those. So again, we've got the King of Pentacles. So this is kind of you sitting pretty. You're looking good. You got a few negative thoughts going on in your head, but you know, who doesn't on a normal day-to-day? Oops, that goes back there. 7 of Cups. Emotionally, you're doing much better than you were. You're kind of on the way out of some negative thoughts and emotions that's been messing with your head for the last few months. And that's always a good sign when you're getting yourself out of that. The 7 of Pentacles. This lady is here. She's planted her seeds and now she's starting to watch the benefits, reap the benefits of those plantings. And eventually that all happens. I mean, if you plant seeds, something has to come to fruition eventually. You can't plant a bunch of seeds and, I mean, I suppose truly you could plant seeds and have them all die, but that might be a one-time thing. Normally, if you plant seeds, eventually something's going to grow if you tend to that. So it looks like Pentacles are getting to be really good, and 2 of Cups is a very good beginning relationship, happy relationship with a partner in your life. Which I like because my partner is an Aries, and that's a good reading for him. I like that. I always like to know what's going on in his life because it usually affects what's going on in mine too. Let's do some mixed emotions cards and see what kind of things are with the thoughts and the 2 of Swords. Let's see if we can get some clarification of what might still be aggravating you or weighing you down. It's not like you're losing sleep at night, but there's got to be something that's going on there. Otherwise, all of these would be 10s and aces, all right? Or kings. I like these mixed emotions cards, but they're kind of flimsy. But they're also, when I got the deck, it said that they were good for getting to know somebody. So I think that would be kind of a good game to play if you have, you know, even with a group of people or a partner in life or whatever, pulling a card and saying, you know, when's the last time you felt this, that, or the other? God, there's a bunch of them that's coming out. I don't want all of those. Let's take this one. That was the first one that fell out. That one kind of flew off. Well, this is good. This is looking good. Oh, God, I've got these all messed up now. All right. So far I have desperate, frantic, out of control, in need. So maybe that's what the Two of Swords is coming in, and bored, uninterested, apathetic, and jaded. I would say that probably has something to do with work. I mean, hopeful, optimistic, expectant, full of faith. I think that has to do with a relationship, or at least that's what it feels like. And let's take that card. Well, these are all pretty good. So I feel like the desperate and bored has to do with work. You're not feeling too hot about work right now, and maybe that's what's stressing you out. It's not going as fast as you want it to go, or you're not as fulfilled as you'd like to be in your work arena. It's the same thing every day. So I know a lot of people are quitting their jobs right now and going into their life's purpose and their passion in life and everything. So maybe that's starting to go on. The next one is hopeful, optimistic, expectant, full of faith. And that's funny. It is, he's planting seeds, which is exactly what I was talking about with this one. She's planted her seeds and she's now starting to reap the benefits. So he or she or whoever you are starting to feel hopeful about some of the seeds that you have planted over the last 6 months, last year, or whatever, and you're starting to see some fruition for some of that stuff. You're also feeling inspired, moved, stimulated, and challenged in some area. So if it's not work, it's probably on the emotional front, or vice versa. Take whichever works for you. And happy, blissful, joyful, and content. So I have to say, emotionally wise, the second half of September is looking good for you guys, Aries. I honestly don't remember what was going on at the first half of the month. But since this feels like, let's do some romance angels and see what's going on in the romance department. Actually, no, I don't want to do those yet. I want to do the John Holland Heart Tarot. Let's see if it can tell me anything else about work or relationships in your life right now. I know when I went to psychics, when I was younger, I had a specific reader that I used to go to. She was my first broker in real estate's twin sister. And the lady I worked for was very, very, very seldom wrong. And I really, really looked up to her. And her sister was a professional psychic. So I would go see her every once in a while when I was younger. And the thing that I was always wanting to know was, when was I going to meet somebody? I wasn't usually too concerned about work. That was my main thing. I was single, you know. I mean, I've been single my whole life. So it's just until the last year or so that I have met somebody that I wanted to keep around. So I was always wanting to know what my love life was going to be. And so I know that is probably what a lot of you guys come to the channel for, is to see what's going on in the love department or career. I mean, well, this one's backwards, so we're going to take that one. And let's do a couple more. Crown chakra. Okay. Well, that's good enough for now. So new vitality, that goes along with the hopeful, inspired, and happy one. So one area of your life, you're bored and feeling desperate, which in my heart feels like it has to do with work. And then the other one, because you had the Two of Cups, and the Seven of Cups, and most of the stuff that was on the happy end of the spectrum all was in the relationship ones. Unless there is something else going on that's got you kind of tied up in your head. I didn't have any third party cards come up, like a separate court thing or anything like that that's coming up, but there could be a third thing going on here besides relationships and the emotions. Okay, so 8 is dedicated effort, and to me this just feels like, again, it goes along with your 7 of Pentacles. You've been planting your seeds. You've been putting some dedicated effort into something specific to make it better. It feels like it's work related, and maybe that's where the desperation's starting to come in, is you're getting a little panicky that you've been planting all of these seeds for a while and things are just not coming to fruition as quickly as you would like them to. So this one is the rest and reconsider. So I feel like this is just saying to sit back and take a chill pill, and you have planted the seeds. Eventually something's going to come, and in the meantime, reconsider this possibility of maybe changing careers. I don't know why I'm getting that feeling. I just feel like there's something about here that it's kind of like you've been planting. Things aren't happening as fast as you want them to, and you're starting to have a little bit of doubt that you're planting all your seeds in the right spot, and you're starting to question yourself in that respect. And it's funny. It's like, as this crown chakra is, it's like I can feel that I'm like, the top of my head feels like it's itching, which is where the crown chakra is. So this goes along with the inspired card. Usually your inspiration comes from spirit, which comes through your crown chakra. So you could do some meditations to open that up, do some meditating, do some journaling, doing whatever, and let spirit talk to you and guide you. If you are bored and feeling a little freaked out about something that's going on in your life, journal, write a letter to your higher self or whatever, and ask them for some guidance. That could be very beneficial. Yourself is never wrong. Exactly. So, let's see. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm just kind of all over the place today. I don't know. Probably too much coffee. That's what's happened. Let's do some romance angels and see what's going on. I feel like I kind of know what's going on in the love department. It feels like it's all good, and you're looking at some happy endings coming here. But let's see what these romance angels have to say in that department. Hopefully it doesn't give me any bad news. You always hate to have that when you've got good and then something pops out and it's something bad. Not okay. Okay. So the first card that came out was Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. So whoever is this Two of Cups is your soulmate, and it looks to be good on that. There's some romantic feelings. Your feelings are worth exploring, so keep doing whatever you're doing. It's all in the good. I'm like covering up my head here. And the last one that could potentially be an issue is, it just says children. Your love life is being affected by children. That could be a positive or a negative. Take it however you want. You get to a certain age and most people have kids. So it's very possible that, somebody had plans this weekend and one of their kids ended up sick, and that kind of put a kibosh on that, but that's temporary. So you don't need to get too freaked out about that. These are just kind of messages from yourself, your higher self, your guides, people that have passed over. Let's see if there's any other special hidden messages. How am I doing on time? 14 minutes. any other special messages that could be coming across for you Aries for the second half of September. Okay, let's see. One more. Let's do that one. Okay, so the first one says mirror. Who or what is triggering you? So somebody in your life, that could be where the Two of Swords is also coming in to play. You know, soulmates come into your life to help you grow. So any relationship you're going to be in is going to trigger you in some way, shape, or form and make you mad. You just have to kind of look at it and figure out what you want to do about it. Do you want to react negatively about it, or do you want to take a look at yourself and go, oh, that made me mad. What about that made me mad? Or what about that made me upset? And point those fingers back at yourself instead of pointing them at the other person and assuming that they're the reason that you're upset. Doesn't have anything to do with them. They're just being themselves. So anytime something like that happens, it's about you. It generally has something to do with something that happened in childhood or a previous relationship. Something brought back feelings of inferiority, feelings of insecurity, feelings of worthlessness. Bottom line, anytime we get ourselves in a snit, it generally has to do with us feeling neglected or rejected or not feeling good enough, or something has made us not feel worthy. It doesn't have, you know, that other person is generally not trying to be an asshole to you. And if they are, then that's a character thing of theirs. That doesn't have any, you know, if they're a jerk, doesn't mean that you have to respond and be a jerk also. So the second card that came up was protection, call back your power, cut the cord, soul retrieval. I feel like that kind of has to do with if you are being triggered by somebody, that means that they've got some sort of power over you, and you need to cut the cord to that so they don't have that power over you. And again, look at yourself. Reflect that back to yourself and ask yourself, what about that comment, or what about her or him doing that upset you? And dig deep and ask yourself, you know, what's going on there, and, you know, what feelings are coming up with that, and cut that cord. Because once you can figure out what the problem is, usually you can make it go away the next time, or you can make it go away a lot quicker. The next one is Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? So I think that just is saying, you know, take care of yourself and you know, don't try to stay in balance, I guess is the best thing. We have 2 7s here, so I'm going to do one thing. I want to see what it says about, well, we have 2 2s and we have 2 7s. So let's see what 2s, and I need a refresher on what 2s and 7s mean in numerology. Okay, 2 is patience. This card indicates a time to stop and enjoy the present moment, as nothing more can be done to achieve the outcome you desire. Rather than take action, you are being asked to evaluate your progress and clarify your dreams, which will help you manifest them sooner. This card also indicates a need to take your time and pace yourself instead of making hasty plans and decisions. Failure to do so could result in stress and disappointment. This is an opportunity to focus all your energy and attention on visualizing your dreams as opposed to pushing against the obstacles standing in your way. Surrender the outcome to the universe and get on with living your life. Allow things to come to fruition in divine order and timing. In order to improve your current situation, you are being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of your life. Cycles that are encouraging you to be patient and still. Stillness is the key to receiving clear and accurate guidance, and patience will help you attract the outcome you desire. I feel like that just kind of sums up the whole reading that I just did. Things aren't going as fast as you want them to, so that's what's honking you off. 7. Okay, so the next one, 7, says personal growth. This card indicates a time of significant growth and improvement when you are being encouraged to be the best you can be. This is a time to ask yourself, who am I? What do I want from my life? And what is preventing me from achieving it? And again, it goes back. I had the feeling that some people are being called to possibly leave one career and go into a different one, which is your passion. That would go along with the who am I and what do I want from my life. I don't want this normal 9-to-5 job. I don't like doing this anymore. It doesn't fulfill me. It only pays the bills, and other than that, I'm miserable. So think about that. When you ask yourself these questions, observe whatever comes up, then acknowledge your mental and physical limitations. Set realistic goals for overcoming them and take the necessary steps to follow through. With desire and determination, you can reach your full potential. By drawing this card, you are being encouraged to investigate anything that helps raise your conscious awareness and enhances your self-esteem. It may be a book, CD, online seminar, workshop, health program, yoga practice, or meditation, or it may be working with an energy worker, therapist, or life coach. Whatever suits your needs, a step in this direction, regardless of what it is, will set you up for life. In order to improve your current situation, you are being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of your life. Cycles that are leading you toward a time of significant growth and improvement. As you improve yourself, you improve your quality of life. As you raise your awareness, you align yourself with Source. This is all you need to make your dreams come true. So, that's kind of it for Aries. The second half of the month is, and again, this isn't going to resonate with everybody, but if it does, great. If it doesn't, and you want a more personalized reading for your specific situation, email me at jojoleanne@gmail.com. That's jojoleanne@gmail.com. And I would love it if you would like this or subscribe or share or just give me a comment on you found it useful or you didn't find it useful, whatever the case may be. And I hope everybody has a great day. Thanks. Bye.